Interview.
Hey guys, Brian Eckbrook here. We're in New York City for the draft week. We are looking at Madden NFL 11. I'm joined by Ian Cummings. Of course, he's the man behind Madden NFL 11. Ian, we saw the game for the first time today. You guys have been talking about it for a while, but you've finally shown it. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, how's it feel to actually have the game, in playable form and showing it off to the public?
Feels great. Feels great, Brian.
I know it does. It must.
Brian.
Yeah. We're good friends, me and Ian, but but you guys are showing a couple different things today. First and foremost, you've talked about locomotion and sort of the right stick controls that we've seen, but tell me how that affects play on the field.
I mean, it's huge, right? I mean, gameplay is always at the forefront of my mind and something you have to improve dramatically each year to stay ahead of the curve. And so locomotion, the way players move, is no bigger change you can make. I think if we've ever had critics, they always say that Madden doesn't improve year on year. There's not much we can do bigger than changing the way players move and the way you control the players on the field. So locomotion, we scrapped our whole engine before. We grabbed some technology from FIFA, built some technology of our own on top of it. And so what we've got is a really authentic way that players move. We wanted to give a little more functionality and depth to the non-casual Madden fan, the hardcore gamer, as you will. And so the right stick was our easy way to say, all right, well, let's put a lot more fluid jukes on the right stick. Let's make sure that they can cut in and out like planting with the right stick. And then also, if you lean forward, we wanted to emulate that ball carrier leaning for the extra yards. If he's running up the middle of the line, he only needs 2 yards. He's going to barrel forward and make sure he gets it. We didn't have that before. They always just ran through the line all upright and normal. And so now you actually have to kind of manage your balance of how you're running into players with the right stick. So it's pretty cool.
All right, so back at GDC, you guys were talking about sort of the how people play Madden and what you learned about all these scores of thousands of pieces, millions of pieces of data you collect over the years from online play. Can you talk a little bit about that and how that's gone into the Gameflow stuff that you were showing today?
Yeah, so I mean, telemetry, what we call it, is amazingly useful. And so we always want to know our consumer. It's so hard to figure out if people are enjoying the game or not if you just listen to like your Twitter feed, which is 4,000 people that are so obsessed with the game and pick apart every little detail. And so using telemetry, like you said, hundreds of millions of games are played at Madden this year alone. We can find out that there are a lot of key nuggets in there. The one being that the games lasted over an hour, which is a long time to play a game. I mean, no matter what, if you play a sports game, an hour is a long time. And the fact that there's 350 plays that we've put in every team's playbook pretty much, and they're only calling like 15 of them. And so we had to step back and like, wow, okay, that's just a major problem. Why are we doing all this work? And some people said, oh, it's because the interface is too hard. I don't think it's necessarily that. I think it's just that a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't get that. So Gameflow was really our option to make it more authentic, to make it so that the coordinator calls the play for you. You don't have to deal with the play calling system if you don't want to.
He's also going to be giving you tips in your ear too. You'll get a little insight of what you need to do, right? Can you explain that?
Yeah, and that was something to kind of help the casual Madden fan. Again, kind of onboarding the gamers that maybe haven't played in a long time or they think Madden's too complicated. If he calls a medium curl play with a medium curl in it, he's just going to tell you when to throw it, when to look out for it. If there's a double move, he's going to tell you when to throw it, when to look out for it.
So on the surface, Gameflow is something attractive for casual fans, but even the hardcore can get into it because you'll be able to sort of design your own game plan. Talk us through that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal for me as a designer on this game is like there's millions of people that have been playing this game for 20 years, and then there's millions that are playing it for the first time this year. So every feature really needs to have that balance. It's great for the casual, it's great for the hardcore. So game planning was our way around that a guy that doesn't care, he's going to use the actual NFL coach's game plan. They're just going to call the plays for him in an authentic manner. He knows he's a Colts fan. They pass all the time. They run a lot of stretch plays. Okay, he handles with that. But a hardcore guy that says, you know what, I'm a huge Colts fan, and I hate that they run stretch plays all the time. I'm going to call dive plays all the time because I'm going to change my line to handle that. He can set all that up ahead of time and move the strategy to be before the game.
All right, final question, Ian, of course, is when is the game coming out and what platform?
August 10th, and it's on 360, PS3, Wii, PS2, PSP, iPod Touch, iPhone Touch, or whatever the iPod device is. That is the touch one. That'll be on that one too.
All right, man, thanks.